Welcome back to the Playdate by Freshly Picked. I'm your host, Kaitlin Hansen.
And I'm Klea Turner.
Klea, I am so happy to be with you today.
I'm happy to be with you.
Every time we record, I just feel like it's the best, and it's never enough time.
We just have so much fun.
We do.
We could literally talk for hours and hours.
Oh,
you
yeah.
should hear our conversations off the air.
Oh, yeah. They are maybe like, I don't know, PG-13, maybe in between PG-13 and rated R.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Easily.
But we're just being real.
Yeah. Who isn't rated R off the air?
Nobody. Nobody's
if
not.
You aren't, you're not fun.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not my people if you're not. So I also specifically tried to not ask too much how you were, because I wanted to talk about it on the pod. I know. So we're just going to do a little mom catch up. I feel like you have a lot of exciting things happening right now.
Yes. It's been, I was on TikTok the other day. I'm like, I have been in fight or flight for the last 2 weeks straight at least.
Yeah.
I don't know why. And it's all good, exciting things. We went on a trip to Carmel for our 5-year anniversary.
Which I'm obsessed with Carmel. I was supposed to send you places.
It was incredible.
Good.
I feel like there's not a ton there to do. So I feel like we probably did everything that there was to do. There's a lot of eating.
Yes.
This is my
The
very
food
favorite
scene
thing.
there is great.
Yeah. Super expensive. Every meal was $80. And I was like, maybe we could just get some beef jerky from the gas station for lunch. But it was really
we'll
fun.
skip lunch.
Yeah, we'll just have a big dinner.
Yes.
But everything was amazing. Every single restaurant we ate at, we were like, this is the best place I've ever eaten. So it was super fun. But while we were there, we put an offer in on a house.
Oh my gosh, tell me about that.
Which is, we've been looking for a house for 2 years.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask.
A long time. We've been just needing more space.
Because where are you right now?
We're in Layton.
Okay.
And we're still going to be in Layton.
Okay,
we're
great.
Moving 4 minutes up the street.
That's what I did with my last move.
Yeah. So I'm like,
are you in
perfect.
a townhome?
So yeah, right now we're in a townhome. Then we're moving to just a single family house. And we're going to rent out the basement because that's the only way to do it.
That's what I do.
In this economy.
Yeah.
So we're super excited. We're because for our first house, we're that's really the only way we're going to do it. But we kind of just felt like it was impossible for so long.
Yeah.
Just because of the rates and whatever. And I don't know, all the stars just kind of aligned. We found a good lender who paid all of our closing costs. And so we're fine.
Amazing.
We'll do it then. So everything kind of aligned, but.
Can you close this week?
Yes.
That's going to be such a good day.
I know.
I'm so proud of you guys.
Excited. Thank you.
That's a huge deal and accomplishment.
I was telling Mason the other day, I'm because it all happened really fast. And I'm wait, I'm really proud of us. This is I don't know. We've just been working really hard for it for a long time. So we're super excited about that. But then there's moving.
Yeah.
And that's stressful with a toddler.
I'm the weirdo and I love moving.
I'm
going to send you
my house.
I know. I'm going to send you all my moving tips. Yes, which I'll just say here.
Okay.
Yes. So my most recent move, not house move, but I moved the whole Freshly Picked office.
Oh yeah.
And by saying I
which
moved,
is a huge,
I did hire movers.
Yes, but it's still a huge feat.
Yes.
To move anything anywhere.
Yes. But I boxed everything up. And I think there's something so satisfying about setting, and I did this for my own house too. I set a goal for myself where I'm okay, I'm going to pack 5 boxes tonight. And then it's if I didn't get anything done through the day, at least I checked that off my list. But this is what I would recommend to anybody. And the movers told me that it was the most organized move they've ever seen, which I'm patting myself on the back right now. Okay, so go to whatever, Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, wherever, and get painter's tape in a couple different colors. Okay. And so I had green, blue, things like that. And then also print off papers that say room number 1, whatever.
Smart.
So then you do, and for the Freshly Picked one, it was storage or in office, and then room number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, kitchen, lobby. So the colors coordinated with the boxes. So what I would do is I would put a piece of tape on the box, and then I would put this is the blue room, and put room number 1, blue. And then anybody that helps you is not
they just take it right to that.
Yes, because it is I feel the most annoying part when moving is hey, where do you want this?
Yeah.
And it's you can't even help yourself move because people are just asking you over and over, where does this go?
And you're I don't know, just set it down and I'll do it later. And then later comes and you're shifting everything back around. And
yes,
reorganizing a new house is tricky too.
yes.
Because it's just like, I don't know where I want stuff. This house has a little, because we're renting the basement.
Yeah.
It has a little less storage.
Okay.
If we weren't renting the basement, it'd be fine. But like, it's going to be a little tight for a minute. And so I'm like, I gotta
get some organization systems
out of my house every night. Cause I'm like, I don't think Mason's going to do some house projects.
Sweet.
So I don't think we're going to move in right when we close, but like we have to be out by the end of the month. And so I'm like, I don't want to like rush moving.
Yeah.
So every night I've gone through at least one closet or one drawer or whatever. And just like the amount of times that I've been to the DI.
Yeah.
They're probably like, what is this lady
like, hey,
doing
you get
here?
a frequent flyer.
Like she probably needs to be banned from the DI. Cause I'm just like,
no, and I bet it's good stuff. I'm like, tell me when you're dropping it off,
Klea. Good stuff. So no, but it feels good to get rid of so many things. Yes. It feels like this whole month has just felt like a lot of new energy. I'm feeling way emotional about moving though, because we live next to our best friends and they have twins that are my daughter's
which
same
they
age.
were on the podcast.
Yes. My friend Katie.
Yes.
And then we had another friend, they already moved. But so my other friend Hannah, she has a son that's true same age. And then my other friend Dalen across the street, she has 2 boys that are a little bit older.
Fun.
But like we all just like live walking distance to each other.
Yeah. Which
we all just
easy,
turn on the monitors at night, go play games. Like we're that close.
Yeah.
And so I just like, I always think of the Office quote from Andy when he's like, I wish you could know you were like living in the good old days before you left them. And I am so nostalgic for our like this time of our life and we haven't even like ended it yet.
Yeah.
And I just literally sob every day. And I'm not like a super emotional person, but I'm just like we made a little video of True like sitting on our porch last night just to remember our house. And I went and watched the footage and I was sobbing into my spaghetti last night. I was like, I just love like the memories, like bringing your baby
I was just
home
gonna
to
say,
house, like
taking your first steps, I'm sure.
No, I'm literally gonna cry right now. Like it's so like, and we've just loved our like it's just been our home, even though we've just rented it. Like we've just made it a home and put so much into it. And so I'm like, and it's so close still, but all of our friends are basically moving off that street. So it's like, it's not like we're the only ones leaving, but it's just so sad to like voluntarily end such a good phase of life.
I totally feel that. And I didn't expect to feel that way when I moved out of my first house. I was just like, yeah, like whatever. I had no emotion like the whole time until the day that I moved. And then I was just like,
is that the house you brought your babies to?
So yes, but also this like is weird, but they told me my bedroom was upstairs and they were like, you can't walk upstairs.
After C-sections?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And because I like labored and pushed. And so anyway, I got like released from the hospital in a wheelchair. So I brought my one baby home to my parents' house.
Okay. Well, that makes total sense.
Yes. And my first did her first steps at my parents' house too.
Okay.
Yeah.
But are your parents like lifers in their house?
Yes.
Because I'm like, that's kind of amazing too, because then you'll never like lose that house. Do you know what I mean? Like
they will never sell that house. Or at least I don't think so. And that was the house that they brought me home in.
See, that's so special though. Like that's like you'll always have that like nostalgic, because that's my thing about leaving this house. So I'm like, if I ever want to have a nostalgic moment again, I can drive by it, I guess.
I drive by my old house all the time.
But like, and I'm sure I will.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, why is this so sad and hard? Like, I don't know. I think it's because we've been so like happy and just it's been such a good time of life. And so I'm like, and then there's all the what ifs. It's like, well, what if we don't like it in the new neighborhood? What if there's weird people?
Yeah.
We Facebooked all of the neighbors.
Yeah.
They're all old.
Okay.
They're not old. That's
but maybe that's good.
All their kids are like adults.
Okay, that's kind of nice though, because then people are like excited about a young family.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's going to be great. And it's still so close. Like so close to my parents still. It's really no difference. Like,
but I get you.
And family and all that. But
it's a
just
change.
Like a new neighborhood and a new, like, I don't know. But it's going to be great. And I'm so grateful. Like, obviously this is such an amazing opportunity, but I don't know. Like, I didn't expect it to come with so much emotion.
Yeah, well, I'm like, it served you so well. And there are so many, I'm sure, happy moments and things where it's like, it would be hard not to be like grateful for that time that you spent there. So I'm like, I think that that's like healthy. And I'm somebody that's like, sometimes change is so hard for me.
Yeah.
And every time I make a big decision like that, I'm like, am I doing the right thing? And it does end up just like being the best
ends
thing.
up fine.
Yeah.
And it feels like the right thing. I think that's why it's hard too, is because it's like, I literally know in my gut it's the right thing. Like, I know it's what we're supposed to do, but like, it's just like hard. I don't know. And it's going to be great and everything's going to be fine. And life isn't changing that much. I'm even closer to Target now.
Amazing.
So I was 5 minutes before, now I'm 2 minutes. So
I love that.
we really can't complain.
No,
but
I love the close. That's how I am. I'm like, I need to be X amount of minutes from the freeway,
same,
but not be able to hear it. But then also I need a Target and
exactly. And I have all of those
close.
things. I have all of those things. So, and my friends are still so close. So
good.
Everything's going to be fine.
I'm so excited for you. That's going to be so good. And think about all the new memories that you'll make with True at the new home.
I know. And I'm like, we'll bring our other kids home there.
Yes.
And like, I mean, if we can have other kids, hopefully. Like, you just, I don't know.
Okay, wait. I have one more like moving hack thing. I can't remember who told me this. It wasn't my own original idea, so I can't take credit for it. But for moving clothes, you know that you just like put you keep them all in the hangers and just like put a garbage can over, or not a garbage can, a garbage, like a big black garbage sack over the top of them.
Okay. And then you just kind of,
and then you just like lay them on the seat in your car.
Okay. See, that's so much better. Cause I'm like, I'm not taking them off of my hooks.
No, don't. Cause then that's a waste of time.
No.
And then get the collapsible crates from Costco. Do you know about those?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Instacrates? Wait, no, that's the thing. Instacart. I'm thinking Instacart.
Instacart?
I'm like, that's where you get groceries delivered.
They're like the plastic ones.
Yeah, what are those called? I don't know, but they're collapsible and they're black.
Yeah.
And they have them at Costco and they're just like, so nice to have.
Yeah.
Everyone in my family has them and that's how we like transport things on like
so I love
family
trips.
Storage.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, I love like moving and doing stuff with like laundry baskets or collapsible.
Are you like a big organizer?
Oh yeah.
See,
I decanter my spices.
Okay, I love that so much because that's exactly how I want to be.
Yeah.
And then I just get so busy and then I'm not, and then I'm unorganized and I'm like, it drives me nuts not being organized, but I just feel like I don't have the time. And I could make it probably.
Yeah.
But
my
brain is in so many different areas.
No, I'm like, it's tricky, especially, when there's like so much going on. We closed on our house and then there were things, we kind of had like a building nightmare, but we closed on our house and then didn't move into it for a month.
Okay, that's
after. Yeah.
You're like paying my mortgage. Don't even live there.
Yeah. Luckily, I was at my parents' house, so I wasn't like double paying mortgage, which was nice. And then we slowly moved stuff over for the last move.
So it feels less like overwhelming.
Yes. Yeah. And my mother-in-law is also like very much an organizer, labeler. She's like the master and queen. And she was like, do you want to go over before we move everything else in and just organize your kitchen and really figure out like pretend, like make a meal, put dishes away and figure out where you
do that. That's
want
so
everything.
Smart, especially if you have time before you have to move out.
Yeah. She's like, that way it's not like you're just putting stuff or somebody's putting it away for you. And then it does make sense. And it's nice to bring like a mom or a mother-in-law or somebody over who like cooks a lot too and is like, this is where my stuff is in my kitchen.
So
I'm like, bring your mom over or do like do a girls' night and be like, hey, we're just organizing my kitchen.
I'm like, all my friends for organizing.
No, truly, just like order takeout, organize the kitchen, and then you can switch off each month being like, okay, now we'll go over to your house next and like, let's organize your linen closet or something.
No, that's so smart.
Yeah, you should do that.
My dream is to have a professional organizer. Just come do it all for me.
Same, but it's expensive.
I know.
Baby girl's on a budget.
That's why I won't be doing that. That's why I will be doing it myself. But one day my dream is going to come true. Maybe in my next house.
No, manifest it.
But I'm like, how nice if you were moving to immediately have someone like establish everything for
and
you.
that like is a professional at it.
Yeah, not me.
And go to Home Goods if you want like...
I want cute products to organize with them. My problem is like all my organization baskets and stuff are the dollar things from Target. Like they're just ugly. But then I just don't, I don't know.
You'll get it. You'll get it.
One day.
Yeah.
One day.
One day. I love it. Okay. Other exciting thing. Yeah. Tell us more about your trip to Carmel and like how that was with leaving True. It was your anniversary.
Yes.
What year?
5. So it was kind of a big one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was kind of sad because Mason was on a work trip for our actual anniversary. So we were bummed about that. But we went a week later. It was fine.
Perfect.
It was fine. We just pretended like it was our anniversary. But we always tell people on our anniversary trips that it's our honeymoon.
Cute.
And then they're so nice to us.
Oh, so nice.
And then
I'm sure it's like,
you kind of
dessert.
feel like in love. Like it's just like, I mean, we always feel in love. But like it's just like a fun thing. But yeah, so my mom watched her for, it was
I was just going
4
to ask who
days.
watched her.
Yeah.
Watched her.
So last year we went on a cruise. We try and go on a trip for our anniversary every year because it's in February and it's just nice to like get out somewhere warm.
Yes. Well, I was telling my friend the other day that I was like, you need to remind me that every February I need a trip because the seasonal depression is
that's what gets
slapping me across the face.
No, it's like because I literally wanted to get married in February because I'm like, imagine every year our anniversary comes up and it's like the dead time of the year when you're just feeling your seasonal depression.
Yes.
Then you have something to look forward to in February.
Yeah.
By the time your trip's over, winter's almost over. And then spring comes and everything's good again. So we try to. We've been doing like every other year thing.
That's fun.
Last year, I remember talking to you about my cruise last year. And I was so stressed
because that was like your first time like big leaving with.
Yes, because she was 8 months old.
And with minimal.
And my husband surprised me with the cruise. Yes. And we had gone for 8 days.
That's long.
Which is incredible. Like he arranged both of our parents. Like his parents watched her for half the time. My parents watched her for half.
Yeah.
So it was awesome. Like it turned out amazing. I took motion sickness medicine, and I was fine. And it was great. But so that was a really fun memory. This year we went for like 4 days. Yeah. Just because I'm like, she's a little bit older and she's missing us now. Yes. Like she knows when we're gone.
Which it makes it harder to leave when that's the case.
Yeah. So luckily we left when she was like still asleep because I think I would have sobbed. Yeah. You know when you're a mom and you get on a plane and you're just like, what if I die? What if I never see my kid?
I always am like, we got to update the will and I got to write letters.
My mom, she's like, you need to write in your will. I'm like, we're going to San Francisco. What do you mean? She's like, all the planes have been crashing. I'm like, okay, all right.
You're like, thank you so much.
It's not a will. It's just like a napkin in my journal upstairs. You're going to have to find it if I die. But
I'm a like psycho before up until I like leave for the trip. And then once I get there, I don't call them. I don't.
No, literally same. I'm like, I have a kid. Yeah. What? But like when I'm leaving, I'm like, I love you so much. I'm like, it's just so funny. Like, I don't know. I think once you get there and you realize everything's fine, you're like, okay, I can have fun now.
But it's also like a lot of coordination.
Planning, like with a kid, planning for a trip it's so much because it's like you have to make sure all their outfits are laid out and you have to do all the laundry before and you have to like figure out all their schedules and all your parents' schedules or whoever's watching it. Like, it's like preparing a child.
It's exhausting.
To go on a trip is exhausting.
Yeah. So I'm going next Tuesday. So a week from today to Thailand and Vietnam.
Okay, fun.
I'm really excited with my parents and my husband.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Is it going to be long? Like, are you going for a couple weeks?
Let's see. I don't even know how long it is. Like 10 days, I think.
You're a pretty big traveler though, right?
We try to do like one 10-day international trip, like big trip a year.
Okay, that's amazing.
It's fun.
So how do your kids do with that?
Great. Usually,
so
usually my mom takes them because my mom doesn't work. And I mean, she works. She does stuff. She does stuff for my dad's business. I don't mean to say she doesn't work.
She does.
She has like more time and availability.
Yeah.
My mother-in-law works full time. So usually my mom will like take them. So that's the only thing that's a little tricky is my babysitter is coming with us. So they actually are dispersed among 4 different people.
Okay.
Which is a lot of coordination. Yes. I've been doing
a lot of coordination.
Yeah. I've been doing trade for like people so that they'll watch my kid where I'm like, oh, I'll take. Like when they're like, oh, I'm in a pickle. I like need to do this. I'm like, I'll watch your kid. Yeah. Yeah. And then I'm like, if you'll watch my kid while you're in
we got
Thailand.
to trade.
Yeah. So my sister's taking him. My one sister's taking him for the first couple days. And then that sister will drop him off to my other sister. Okay. And then my other sister will drive them down to my mother-in-law.
And then you're on the phone and it's like 1 a.m. in Thailand and you're like, did you get the drop off done?
Oh, like I'm just like, it's up to, I'm like, my sister said that if anybody gets busy or anything happens, she'll be the default.
I love it.
And so I'm like, great. I gave them all, you should see the doc that I created with schedules where I'm like, this time to this time, drop them off. Here's this person's number. Yeah, and then they're ending at my cute neighbor's house.
Okay, fun.
Which will be great. And then my neighbor's kids are watching my dogs.
But see, like, I think a lot of people won't travel because they're like, oh, it's too much or I don't have a babysitter or whatever. But I'm like, there's so many options. They're like, my babysitter's coming with me, so we're figuring it out. Like, yeah, I think a lot of it is just figuring it out. Or like, I think I feel guilty a lot of times, like asking her, like people to watch her for days on end. But I'm like, you kind of just have to
get over
it.
Yeah.
Like for yourself. Cause I'm like, that trip recharged me for another year. Like,
oh, for sure. It's so important to reconnect with your person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And it was super memorable because like we had put an offer on our house and like it was
So
just
cute.
like a very romantic like getaway. So it was fun, but it is a lot.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why. And it's a lot traveling with a kid.
Oh, people have been asking, they're like, oh, are you bringing your kids? And I'm like,
to Thailand?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know what I would rather do. Probably like rip out all my hair to have, it's like 22 hours of flying.
You're like, I don't want to fly for 22 hours.
No. I think I've mentioned this, but when Nora was first born, we went on a family trip for, I think we were gone in total like 12 days.
That's long for a little kid.
With my whole family in Hawaii. And the flight was like actually a nightmare because I had Liv and she didn't want to sit down. My parents were like in front of us and she was like trying to like run up and down the aisle and like popped a bag of chips that like exploded everywhere, spilling drinks, Peter Pants. Nora's freaking out. There was like this sweet man that was like, I'm a doctor. Can I take your baby? And I'm like,
sure.
I'm like, cool. Yeah. Where are you going to go on a metal tube?
Right. You can't go anywhere.
He walked her up and down the aisle until she fell asleep and then handed her to me. Yeah. And I'm like, you just got to let people help you.
I know. I think that's my struggle too, is I'm just like, I don't know. I just have like, I want the control.
Yeah.
And so
I get you.
But sometimes you just got to give it up and it's fine. But it's interesting because like the last year when I went on a trip, I remember I was so panicked and like everything felt so hard because it was the first time we left her.
Yes.
And then this year was so much easier because I'm like, we've left her before. Like, you just have to leave them the first time. Yeah. And then realize that everything's going to be fine. And then from then on, it's easier.
It's going to be good.
Stuff, but
yeah. And yeah, it's just so good for you. Like, I think it makes you a better parent to be able to leave them and let somebody else take care of them, focus on yourself, focus on your partner. And like, it's so nice to just not have somebody else like need you to help them cross the street.
Well, and you just remember that you're like a real, like you're your own person too when you're by yourself. Cause I just think sometimes you're like, oh, I have this little companion with me at all times. Like
you're at the mercy of their schedule.
Like we're our own people and I just think we need to remember that too. Even like, especially dads too. I think we talk so much about like moms needing a break. I'm like, my husband needed a break just
from
as
work.
Much. Like, and he comes home every night and is the most amazing dad too. Like he is working from sun up to sundown. Like, and I'm just like, we all just deserve a break. So
amen to that. Yeah. Love it. Okay. Well, nice chatting and we will see y'all next time. Bye.